All right, hello everybody. Welcome to another episode of Turmoil and Taldorei. As always, everybody is welcome at my table, and for those that are here viewing us, either now or later on either Twitch or YouTube, thank you for your patronage. And please feel free to comment and share and get the stuff out. Now, to do a quick recap as to where our party is at and what they've gotten into since we had a couple week break. The party had entered into the city of Iman. Various things that they had to get accomplished, different little side quests that people had, stuff like that. A lot of little moments of character development. And we had been reunited with a moment of our warlock Leopard's past. Leopard had explained to the party that originally he was from Jorhas, from the Empire, or not the Empire, the Wildmount, rather, and had escaped a lot of the conflicts there. With that, he had a promise that he made where he was keeping a body part of a friend that had died in a conflict. And whenever we had the chance, he had encountered some reincarnation powder and utilized that to bring the body back. A lot of confusion prior to that explanation for the party, as there is now a naked man standing in a hallway that was calling Leopard by a different name and had helped explain who he was and who they were. In this, our compatriot, the Wall of Zariel, hearing about the escape and the conflicts, had a moment of dealing with his own past as well. Also from Wildmount, but on the other side of the conflicts, being a part of the Empire. And the two of them had some words with one another, in which case they both ended upon agreements that they were better off without their respective plights with one another, or at least the ideas of one another. As the party was coming to figure out some of these things and what their next step was, Lorana, the acquaintance of Zorelda and one of the nobles of the Cloudtop district that has befriended the party, had sought them out at the inn that they were staying in and requested their assistance. Apparently in the slums district and the docks as well, there every 3 nights somebody was going missing. And she was trying to bring it up with the guard, but the guard had been too stretched thin with some other issues that the city had been having with a murderer running rampant, so their resources were stretched too thin. So she had sought us out as private investigation. We, as a group, had gone down into the docks district. Notham, the reincarnated now Azamar of the group, had volunteered to function as bait and tried to lure out the person that had been doing these kidnappings. And sure enough, it seemed to work. He decided to follow him back. The party had followed along into the graveyard district and into a tomb, in which case only the Wall of Zariel was capable of opening. Whenever they had walked down into this tomb, they'd found an underground complex. On both sides, as you can see on the map, because it's right where we had left off, they had seen a pair of hellhounds, and then directly in front of them, a long hallway that they hadn't investigated further than that. The end of that hallway, there was also light singing that had been heard, but not investigated yet. And that's where we pick up. The party had put themselves into positions for attack, though with Zorelda and Zeno here, I have no problem taking that back a little bit, so this way then they can add their input on what they want, what they feel it should be doing right now as well. Party?
That was a lot.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm trying to digest.
Sure.
My opinion is, can I have no opinion? Could that be my opinion?
I mean, to be fair, you guys were there for some of it. I was doing a little bit of an extra recap just to kind of pick up since it's been a couple of weeks.
It's actually top or bottom.
Oh. Both?
Verse is not an option.
Aww. At this moment, top.
So, just so I understand, so the party's kind of come to terms with our liar of a party member and all the secrets. We're just kind of is that like another time kind of topic?
It was explained. I think that was where you were going. Is that had been kind of explained on why he hid and did what he did. It's just the area that he was from, Drow, which is who Leopard truly is in fact a pure-blooded Drow and has been posing as an elf. That they're persecuted for who they are. And he, coming across here, didn't know how that was going to be handled. And it was best to lay low. And trying to be comfortable to be able to release that information to the party, that takes a lot.
I remember there was definitely a heart-to-heart in regards to Corvina and waiting for the right time not happening.
Right, yeah, there was a conversation because Corvina had known about it prior.
Oh, good.
She's actually known about it for a while, but she didn't say that to you guys. But it was a conversation of, you should tell me when you plan on doing this so we can make sure that we're delivering it at an opportune time, and then, the reincarnation and the fact that his best friend, who he thought was permanently dead, is standing in front of him. That kind of threw him for a loop. So he didn't have a chance to put his face back on. But being in the middle of a dungeon with a couple of hellhounds and probably more bullshit, it's probably not the time to have that conversation.
Yeah. Probably not. Probably pretty bad.
Yeah, I think Zorelda personally would just wait until another time to have the conversation. We might all die. It's not going to matter.
Bring it on. The wall shall never fall.
Oh my God. As I said, you go down there if you can get hit by the whip.
Well, before we get down to, you guys being in the position that you're in, you should probably, now that you have two other people in the party, discuss what your course of action is going to be.
And our ground and kill shit?
Probably.
We can bring them home.
I mean, I don't know how trainable heck puppies are.
Just call them heck puppies.
I did.
I mean, to be honest, I don't know that this would really change too much. Unless we wanted to put Zeno in place of Corvina.
Yeah, that's probably a little bit more frontline suited.
Yeah.
They so far seem to be joining Genasi.
Yeah, I'll put her off to the side for right now.
I have the whip.
Do you have the nine?
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it.
Apologies if that joke was already made.
I don't get the joke. Over my... Okay. But he has armor. You just rogue. Actually, you now cleric.
I'm not that kind of cleric.
You still cleric. He has armor. I have armor. We frontline.
I have to whip.
We frontline plus.
No whip can hurt you enough. Stay far away from the whip.
I need to introduce you to a frontline cleric.
Apologies, my children seem to be jumping a floor above with cinder block shoes.
You know, at any point, if you need to step out and go, Dad, I'm not gonna follow you.
I'll be good for those calf muscles.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
All right, folks, what are we doing?
Shooting pups.
Onward.
Zeno go in the front line and go in Corvina, and then we take on these hellhounds.
All right, what are you doing, Zorelda?
I'm trying to log into Roll20 on my computer so I can actually see. It's not loading on my phone.
If you just go into the Discord's Leopard streaming it so you can at least see it, and I can move your token if you need.
Okay.
Just so you know, Joe, I see
It loaded.
300 feet in the dark. Can I see past that dog?
Just a second. Yes, to a certain extent. So let me clean that up a little bit. Because part of that is wall.
No, the wall's down there.
God damn it.
I picked the perfect character name. Next character's gonna be like the chair or something.
The chair of Zariel. The slightly banged up but still pretty good coffee table of Zariel.
The window.
The used sofa that you got at Goodwill that smells a little weird, but they promise they sanitized it, of Zariel.
Is it too late?
That is oddly specific.
Healing of Lux?
What's that?
Wait, I heard words. What?
Am I still able? Is it too late to change my name to Sealing of Lux?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
I think I am going to stay here for my turn while I decide what to do. How many heck puppies are there? There's 2 of them?
There's only 2 you've seen so far, yes.
Okay, I am going to stay back here for now because I don't think Zorelda can get in anywhere without putting her teammates at risk too.
Also, that sounds like a very Zorelda.
Okay. So what I'm going to have you guys do then is I'm going to have you guys roll initiative. Let me grab my notepad here real quick.
my initiative?
No worries, I'm still rolling like trash.
What's initiative?
D20 plus Dex mod.
Dex mod, Dex mod. Oof.
Now you guys will get the surprise rounds. We did previously roll the stealths. Zeno, give me a stealth check real quick too.
A 17.
Okay. So you're fine then. For the record, they are put in the initiative order as heck puppies. Just because it makes me happy. Alright. So, starting off with initiative, anything 25 or above.
No.
Okay?
No.
24 to 20.
21.
Zeno with the 21. What was, I heard two of them, I thought. Corvina's also 21. I'm going to probably assume that she has the higher dex. What's your dex,
Oh,
Zeno?
yeah.
My deck is 13.
Unless a natural 20 means anything.
It does not.
Okay, well then, fine.
Alright. 19 to 15.
I got a 14.
Oh, that would have been for the next block, so then 14 to 10. So, Zorelda, we got one. 13 for the wall?
Yep.
Okay, and then Leopard, I think you're last. What was yours?
9.
9. Alright.
Ever roll a good initiative?
I think so.
To be fair, initiatives and hit points are Leopard's bane. And attack rolls. I mean, and dice. Dice in general.
If I ever meet you in real life, I'm giving you a set of dice.
I have more dice than you.
I'm still giving you dice that have been blessed by the moon.
How did you get that? Did you, like, throw them up towards the sky?
It's probably best not to ask those questions.
I'm asking those questions. You can't stop me from asking those
Maybe
questions.
I'm just.
I don't have enough dice.
Maybe I'm secretly a distant cousin of Will Wheaton.
Maybe. Did you in some lifetime touch Will Wheaton? Because you could have gotten his curse.
It's all the Star Trek I watched growing up.
Yep, that'll do it. Alright, Corvina, you are up first on the surprise round. So which means you do have advantage on the attack roll, and this would be counted as a sneak attack if you could hit the heck puppy.
Does 23 hit the heck puppy?
It does, in fact. And this is counted as a fiend, if that matters for that whip.
So it would also be considered a sneak attack?
Yes.
Plus 3d6 plus 1d4.
All the dice. And then Zeno, you are going to be up next.
Cool.
Just 23.
23? Okay. That's solid damage. So, you unfurl the whip all Van Helsing style. Or that would be more Belmont style, actually.
Wait, they're themed.
Yes,
That's
they are.
why I got the extra.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Sophia style?
Yeah, all Sophia style. So you pull back with the whip, and nice resounding crack as this flash of bright white light just impacts against this thing's hide, and it screams. Zeno, see if you
Wait,
can silence.
before that, am I able to take half of that damage and throw it to the other puppy, or is it too far away?
What's the distance for that ability, and do you need line of sight? You'd have line of sight.
Okay, so
30 feet.
Okay, so it's very much out of range. Thing's about 70 feet away from you. For the record, since this map isn't obviously to scale, we're counting 2 blocks as 5. So each block is like 2.5 feet. Or like the squares, meaning. Alright, so then that's your action, or did you have any bonus action stuff that you're going to try to do?
I mean, can I throw for a bonus action? No, right?
You just did a physical attack, so yeah, you could use your bonus action to whip a dagger at it.
Okay, I will do that.
Just it'll be the straight D4 plus 1 or whatever it is.
Since I haven't used movement and it's still ranged, can I still do the advantage attacks?
It's the surprise round, so all of your attacks are going to be at the advantage.
Good.
You just won't get the sneak attacks at the second attack.
18?
18 will hit.
So that's another 8.
Wait, how'd you pull off 8?
I rolled a 3 and I get a +5.
You don't add that 5 for the offhand attack. You just get the +1 for being magical.
No, I didn't get the plus on the whip because I'm not proficient yet.
Oh, okay.
So it's
Understood. Alright,
yeah,
so
I did not take plus on the whip, and it's only 3 on the D4 for the dagger.
okay, so you would get the plus for the dagger in that case if you didn't use the plus for the whip.
Okay, then what did I say it was?
Yeah, you said 8.
8.
Alright. This hound is pretty wounded.
And then catch it in a Pokeball now.
Wait, did you say something about catching an apple at the wall?
yeah. What?
Huh?
No. She said catching it in a Pokeball.
No.
I like the apple in the wall version better.
Throw an apple at the wall. That wouldn't be very nice.
I mean, you're welcome to throw an apple at the wall. Yeah.
I just finished my apple, so.
Yeet. Alright. Zeno.
I guess I'll just fucking stab the doggo.
Stab the doggo. Alright, go for it.
Does a 19 hit?
19 in fact hits. And I also can reveal the room.
11 damage.
Alright, that will be enough to kill the hellhound.
Who are these fine gentlemen?
So you come running up with the great sword, go and take a swing, and just the icy blade of it just goes through and just drops the thing.
It's a long sword.
Oh, that's right. It is a long sword. Your original sword was a great sword.
Yeah.
Well, it's a great long sword.
It is pretty great.
It is a spectacular long sword. However, as you finish your attack and you take a look into the room itself, you see two hooded figures, both standing about 6 foot tallish, 6 foot, 6'3", that range. The cloaks are black, hung over pretty heavily over their face. You can only really see their eyes underneath it first, which have this like orangish glow to it. And as you're getting a look over at the face, you do see this very heavy beard. It's very bristly. And as you're looking at the beard, you're actually watching it move on its own. And their forms are a little bit hunched over, a little bit belang, but they're probably just slightly taller. And underneath the cloaks, you see these black, like, twisted and barbed iron rapiers. And they both take a look at you, look at each other, and then start to reach for their weapons, which we'll get to them whenever the initiative pulls up for them. All right. Anything else for you?
Yeah, give me 2 seconds.
Sure.
I'm checking something. Let's see if I can do it.
Bye-bye, Pupper.
Goodbye, Pop. Cool. I sure can do this. Alright. So, I am going to cast Spiritual Weapon in the middle of these two. I had to check. It is just a bonus action, and Thirsting Blade is just part of my attack action. It doesn't require a bonus action to do it.
Okay. Remind me after the session, because I know that there are rules in regards to attack actions and spell casting, so I'll have to double check that at another point, but I'm going to let it slide for now, okay?
Cool. I don't know what those rules are.
Would it just be for action spells versus bonus action spells?
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, but I know there's specific rules against doing an attack action and then casting a spell. So I used to run into that with my monk all the time, where I would do like a flurry of blows as my bonus action and then use an action to cast a spell, and then I wasn't allowed to do that.
Well, that's probably because Flurry of Blows requires you to actually attack something.
I mean, and that...
Flurry of Blows is specifically 2 more attack actions.
Yeah, it's a follow-up.
Yeah, that's why.
Okay. And what is your spiritual weapon?
It's like a very, like, I'll send you a picture, I'll get a picture of it later, but it's a very, like, fancy, beautiful, like, kind of larger version of this sword.
Okay, so I mean, it's a sword, is what we were getting.
Yeah. Yeah. But fancy.
But fancy. Alright, I'll take a look at my resources to see if I got something for that.
And I do get to immediately attack with it.
Right.
So, just go. Okay. I'm going to attack the one that's closest to me on the right.
Do that one.
Does a 27 hit.
27 in fact hits.
Cool.
Alright, so I don't have a sword that I could just use right off the bat, so right now the weapon is a Sergeant's Ruffles.
Okay.
sword.
Alright, so that hit does 14 damage.
And that's force damage, if I remember right, correct?
It is force damage, yes. On the right one.
Alright.
And then I'll just take a step up and use my other attack and swing at him.
Okay.
That's not so good. 16 to hit.
That will still hit.
Ugh. Damage sucks though. 10 damage.
Any cold damage on that, cut that in half.
8 damage.
Okay. Alright, he still seems pretty hardy. Alright, and that would be you?
That's all I got.
Alright, Zorelda.
You're muted.
Okay, you said each of these blocks is 2?
Yeah, it kind of like every block is 2.5 feet. So like count every 2 as 5 feet.
Okay. Could I get in there beside Corvina? Like, I don't know if I can.
What's your movement speed? It's 25, right?
I don't have that.
Yeah, at 25 you could get here. Like, the scaling's a little bit off. You'd be essentially like 2 feet behind her.
Okay. Okay, I want to do that. And then are any of these big bads within range of me, or is that the end of my turn?
I know you still have a turn to be able to do stuff. You wouldn't be able to see what Zeno is fighting. You could just kind of see that Zeno is fighting something, as well too as you could still see the Hellhound down here.
Okay.
Please help me.
Well, I can't fight what I can't see.
That's what Fireball is for.
Look with your special eyes.
Okay, well, Zorelda will say, Zeno, what is that up there?
I don't know, but they're very angry.
Oh.
Please come help me.
Okay, I'll be right there.
So are you then using your action to move the rest of the way?
Yes.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So that'll get you here.
Okay, cool. That's definitely within range to use Frostbite. Numbing frost forms on one creature within range. Target must make a con saving throw. On a failed save, target takes 1d6 cold damage and has disadvantage on next weapon attack.
That would be excellent for next turn.
Okay.
The movements you had to essentially double move, so you had to use your action to dash.
Okay, I had to dash. Okay.
Now, if you have any bonus action spells, you can still use those.
What counts as a bonus action spell?
It would say in the description of the spell.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like specific cantrips or anything like that. Okay, yeah, then I end my turn.
Okay. Alright. So then the wall and then Leopard to finish up the surprise round. So the wall first and then Leopard.
I suppose hearing Zeno charge the Hellhound behind me, I guess I'm gonna charge a Hellhound and slash at it.
Alright, go for it. What's the number?
I rolled a 1.
Oh, you rolled a natural 1? Yeah, that does not hit.
It does the opposite of hit.
It goes shwa, shwa.
Did I catch it, Bobby?
Can I get that one more time, please?
Shwa.
Instead of actually swinging at it, he gives it scritches and it rolls over into belly.
That would involve a really high handle animals check, and we don't have somebody that does that. I mean, Zorelda, maybe.
Yeah. And dog.
Did you say the surprise round is advantage?
I did.
Yes! Oh my god, thank you. Well, that still missed, because my second attack was going to be a 3, so...
Oh.
Well, that's fine. You get 2 attacks.
You're right. Does an 11 hit? I doubt it.
The 11 will miss. Did you roll that with advantage?
That was it with advantage. That was the first attack with advantage, so here's the second one coming.
Okay.
I rolled a 1, a 3, and a 5 in a row.
Boy, not your day, huh?
And now it's 2.
It was supposed to be a 7.
5. Okay, so 5 does a 13 hit?
It does not.
Okay, so yeah, yeah, that's my turn. I do nothing.
Sure. So you end up coming.
That's about it.
You end up coming down the hallway. Take a big heavy swing with the first, kind of overestimates the quickness of the target as the dog looks up and then moves out of the way. Second swing, you get close and it just clips at the collar and no actual hit. All right, so then that would be you, Leopard.
Okay, I'm just gonna have to witch bolt.
I can't remember, is that an attack roll or a saving throw?
What's that? Yeah. Does a dirty 20 hit?
Dirty 20 will hit. Refresh the stream, by the way, it went all blocky.
Okay. Let me see if it's the page or if it's.
No, we're good now. You're all clear now.
Okay. There we go. Yeah.
So yes, the 20 does hit.
I think there we go. That should be zoomed out. Sorry. Let me just get it back into place, and then I will. Numbers. Let me just find it. That is. It's actually only 14 damage.
Okay, that's fine. So,
Just really terrible for a 3rd level.
well, the thing is though, is that it will be repeating damage as long as you can maintain that concentration.
Yep.
So,
And lightning. Just if it matters.
Is that allowed?
in this case, it does not. So, you reach out with that, calling on Kot for the magic that he's granted you through your pact. As you watch just kind of feel like the hair on the back of your neck stands up a little bit, as you just hear this fey-like laugh in the back of your mind as this bolt of lightning goes and just zaps the dog right on the ass. Meanwhile, you hear that laugh and Kot goes, I love zapping dogs.
Jeez.
Take on the archway.
I mean, he is an archfey with a totem involving cats. So, I mean... And you said there was 12 lightning?
Wait, that was 14.
14? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We are back up to the top of the initiative order. Now we have Corvina.
Corvina watched the wall struggling with the dog and the Luke guiding bolt.
You're a little far away to do that.
I mean,
150 feet.
Oh, never mind.
she's got the range, but you do have 2 people that's in front of you. You could go ahead and take the shot, but it is going to be with, it's going to give the Hellhound some extra AC. Because you've got 2 people right in the direct path.
I mean, I could move up a little if I need to.
I mean, like, if you move down into that area where it could reasonably be, not passing through 2 people, then you'd be regular on the AC.
Okay, I'll go closer, as close as I can to the wall.
So movement speed of 30 would get you to here.
Okay.
So,
And then I'll do bolt.
okay. Go ahead.
Alright, so it's D20 plus spell attack, right? That gives me a dirty 20.
Okay, that'll hit.
It is 4d6 radiant damage.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that is 14 damage. And the next person that hits it gets advantage.
Okay.
It's glowing now. You can see it better, can't you, the wall?
All right. So you come...
Yes.
So you come running up and just extend forth the symbol, the holy symbol of the Raven Queen, as this like blackish purple energy blasts forth and impacts against the hounds and highlights it in neon colors. Would that be it for you?
Yes, that's all I can really do.
Okay.
Unless anyone's healed. I don't think we've gotten that far yet. And then I pointed out to the wall that it's glowing now.
The wall will merely ignore her, and that sound.
All right. Zeno.
Wow, it's gonna be a turn. I'm gonna try swinging with just my sword at first. That's a 16 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. 10, 11 damage. The cold damage can't be reduced. It's a 1.
Okay. Oh, shit. Let me see if I lost everything. Damn it, I just lost everything. Alright, give me a second.
Sure. I did 20,000 damage. If you forgot.
You said it was 11, right?
Yeah, that's another way to say it.
Okay. Damage formerly known as.
Yeah.
go ahead with your second attack while I'm getting this pulled up.
Cool. Well, I'm going to assume it hits because I rolled higher than I did last time.
That's an accurate statement.
I rolled an 18 this time.
Okay.
With half, it's 14 damage. How's he looking?
Pretty wounded, actually.
Alright, well now he's going to get hit with a spiritual weapon.
Okay.
That was not so good. That's a 14.
That will still hit, actually.
8 damage, a 1 and a 2.
Alright, that's enough to kill the thing. So it was down to his last, 3 hit points.
Well. Just a flurry of swords, and this other guy's probably like, what just happened? Me and Jeff were just talking about making dinner tonight, and now Jeff's dead. I imagine we'll have a conversation.
That's probably how that conversation went. Alright, so sure enough, you go through with a couple of nice heavy swings with the frost brands. 1, 2, takes a step back. Still in the process of midway drawing his sword as the spectral weapon just arcs across his back. And as he does, the cloak gets torn away as you see this sickly green-skinned devil. The beard's wildly moving, almost like snakes, of just really wiry and sharp-looking hair. As it hisses and then just falls, just face first on the ground, bleeding dead.
Oh, that went well. That's my turn then.
All right. Next after you is the bearded devil. Well, figure out how to fix that here in a minute. So that one's dead. All right. So this one is going to succeed in pulling out the sword and come rushing over to you. Okay, so first he is going to attempt to stab you with this rapier, and like I said, the handle of it is very twisted black iron, and the blade itself is just full of serrations, barbs, and hooks. That will be a dirty 20 to hit.
Yeah.
Alright, I need a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, is it poisoned?
It is in fact.
Yikes. Yikes!
There we are.
Yeah, that's 12.
You just barely fail that. So you are considered poisoned for 1 minute. You do take just 8 points of piercing damage. While poisoned, you cannot gain hit points back.
Cool. We're playing Enmity now, baby!
Actually, I did that wrong. So that would have been... This is for the rapier I attacked you with, not the beard.
Rapier has super poison.
Yeah.
Bear me a second, I'm sorry.
Rapier's covered in cocaine. You're now addicted to cocaine.
Wait, someone found food?
Do you, Spice? Okay. So, it's not necessarily better, but it's not worse yet. Now, if the beard gets you and you fail that, then it will be
I
worse.
like how you said yet.
Yeah, really. Makes me feel great.
All right, so at the start of your next turn, you will take a consecutive 1d10 points of damage due to the wound. That will consistently add up if he keeps attacking you. You can, at the end of your turn, make a Constitution saving throw to succeed at that. So it can. Actually, no. I'm sorry. Somebody has to take a medicine check to close it, or if
I can't do my own medicine.
So yeah, it says. Let me see. No, any creature can. So yeah, you could do either your own action to close it with a medicine check, and it can also be closed with magical healing. But at the beginning of the turn, you're going to take that damage, and then you could take the action to try to staunch it.
Only I had some way to magically heal myself.
Okay. Now we attack with the beard. The beard is the one that has the can't be healed poison. So let's see if that hits.
Like, the actual beard?
The actual beard.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure you weren't just calling the enemy the beard. It's the actual beard.
It's an actual beard.
It's beard.
Yes. Which does miss. So, and it's unnerving. Because first he comes running up and places a really nasty cut with the rapier hit. And as he goes and pulls back, his face pretty much goes like right in front of yours. As you watch his beard almost like separate into like pincers and just try to gouge you in your face. Your reactions.
Do we have a name?
What's that?
Well, Jeff's dead, so I guess he's like. It's Jeff Gunther.
Yeah.
At least buy him a drink first.
But your reactions are enough where you are able to come back, and you just. It's the weirdest sound. It's almost like the sound of like barbed wire being brushed against one another as these hairs are moving on their own. Okay, that is its action. So the next is going to be Zorelda.
Okay, I would like to do what we talked about last turn. I would like to use my cantrip Frostbite on one of the heck puppies went down, right?
Yeah, only one that's in front of you right now is the bearded devil.
Oh, okay. I would like to use Frostbite on him.
What's your saving throw?
I went into the other room to get a drink. I'm sorry.
Not a problem. If I remember right, I think it was like 14, and it should be Constitution.
Wait, what is it?
I think
Spell saving throw?
Yes.
It's 13.
13? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. He fails that actually.
Oh, what?
So you will do the 2d8 or whatever cold damage. It will be halved because he is cold resistant. But
Okay.
the disadvantage
26.
will still there.
Yeah. Okay, let me roll 20 because I gotta roll. So do I just, yeah, I guess I'll just, that makes sense.
Roll 2d8 and then have it.
It's 1d6.
Oh, D6. Oh, that's right. Ray of
Yeah.
Frost is D8.
Five.
A 5 is halved?
5 is what I rolled.
Okay, so then he'll take 3.
Okay.
Alright, but he does have the disadvantage for the next turn.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, I'd like to end my turn.
Alright, next is going to be the Heck Puppies.
Yeah.
That's what I was pulling up before. Sorry, I ended up dropping my phone on my keyboard, which then closed down my browser that had all the stats. Alright, here we are. So... seeing that it's kind of on its own here, it is going to... it's going to turn around and face the wall. And the wall, you're going to get this kind of like weird feeling where you get this kind of like weird like brimstone-y smell. And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Nat 20, bitch.
Nice. Alright, so it exhales a cone of greenish fire at you.
I was born of this. Not really.
So bear with me a second. So it would have been 26 fire, so that would have been 13, and your fire resistant, so that's 7 points of fire damage.
Oh, did somebody turn on a heater? I wouldn't know what, but yeah.
So,
What did we say, 7?
7. So yeah, considering the fire that you had to deal with not but like a day or two before, this feels natural again. Like this wasn't a performance issue. Like that guy was just a dick. All right.
I'm feeling toasty.
That was it for the Hellhounds. So next on that list is then the wall. Do you have a rebuttal?
I am going to attack it.
All right. Remember your first attack has advantage.
Woo. Well, thank God I had advantage because the first roll was 3. So let me ask, does a 27 hit?
Let me check my notes. Yeah,
Okay.
Yes it does.
Fantastic. Okay, so what is? Okay, I need to remember. Been so long. Where's my D8? That's not a D8. That's not a D8. Fine, I'll use your D8. This is all I get to roll? Oh my God! Everyone else does crazy damage. Then there's me. But I guess I can't even hit half the time.
I was going to say, you have an average of 2d8 points of damage per swing with that sword, plus whatever your strength and stuff is. That's solid damage.
Hitting half the time when you have 2 attacks. It's just
13.
13? Okay. It's still standing, but it is wounded.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna attack it again.
This one is not with advantage.
Well, I rolled another 19, so does a 27 hit?
Does in fact.
Awesome. Okay, that is... Wow. 13. Same number, but different numbers on the die.
All right.
I suppose it makes up for last round.
And that's enough. You will go ahead and drop that one.
Poor puppy. By the way, do I see anything else in the room there?
That's a good point. Let me open this up a little bit. There's not much else that you're seeing in regards to, like, other enemies, but
Right.
you do see a little bit more from where you're at.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. I'm not investigating, just was wondering, like, if there was anything else. So, cool, sweet.
Of course. All right, Leopard.
Well, okay, so I still need to sustain my witch bolt to a dead pup.
Correct. Unfortunately, you can't bounce that spell around.
Yeah. I'm just gonna move forward then to, wait, 2, 3. I should be able to get around the corner,
Yeah.
right?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So that'll get you about here.
30, yeah.
Nice. Let me open that up a little bit too. Now, question for that: are you trying to move quietly?
No.
Okay. Good to know.
I think time for stealth has passed.
There's always time for stealth.
I feel like when you're blasting things, time for stealth has passed.
All right, Corvina, you're up.
Well, so was this a wall?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, that is. There's a wall. That's a corner there.
Yeah,
It just
unfortunately
didn't.
on the map, it looks kind of the same. And so,
Yeah, not a problem. Let me open
okay,
it up.
well, I'll just keep moving forward then as my bonus action.
All right.
Thanks, Fitz.
And I will get to that here in the next turn.
Which is no, actually.
What's that?
Which I guess is now because I'm the slowest.
Well, I mean, like back whenever it gets to you and you have a chance to react to things.
Yeah.
All right. So, Corvina then.
I will, however, stealth and go past the wall and over to that dark area that I don't know, like I can't see right now. Down and to the left of the screen.
Okay, so you're heading down this way.
Yeah, he went to go check on the children, so I don't have access.
Oh, can you not see the screen?
I can see the screen, I just don't know how to do the things.
That's fine. Is this the direction you're going?
Yes.
Okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20,
Can I
25,
roll the stealth?
30. Yes. Roll your stealth, please.
$25.
Okay. And then you're taking your full, you're taking the dash action as well, correct?
If I don't see anything with my 300 feet of eyeball, I will take the dash action as well.
Okay.
Basically scouting.
I'll put you here, so I can open stuff up. All right. So in this room, I realized I didn't have a pointer on. In this room and in this room, you see a series of bodies. Supposedly some of the people that you've that have gone missing. Some of them look a little bit more fresh than others. Some of them look chewed on. But there's definitely a series of dead bodies down here. Definitely more than what was originally reported to. The initial count you're looking at is probably a little over a dozen.
So as a rogue, I could use bonus action to dash, meaning I still have action.
You would have had to have used your bonus action to hide into stealth.
So I don't have any more turn.
You could go back probably about another like 10 feet, but that's about it.
I was just asking because I was going to investigate and see if they had anything on them of interest.
I can move you a little bit closer to them, but you're not going to have the time to be able to loot the bodies this turn.
Okay, no, that's fine. I'd rather stay within eye shot and yelling of the wall in case anything happens.
Okay. So then, Corvina, so Zena.
Okay.
So, beginning of the round, so just 2 points of damage.
Just 2. Okay. I'm gonna try to whack this guy.
Okay.
19 to hit.
That'll hit.
Ooh, okay. I rolled a 1 for cold damage, but otherwise it is a 17 as total damage.
Okay.
Second attack. 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
Good. That's another 17 damage.
All right. And then I'm assuming the sword?
Yep. 27 to hit.
That'll hit.
That's pretty good. 16 damage this time.
Let me double check. I think he's down too. Yeah. So that'll be enough to drop the second bearded devil.
I make sure to shave his beard off with some of my hits. Despite him. So he wakes up in the 9 hells like, where's my beard?
For the record, Zorelda, that 3 points you did was just enough to help him take that over the edge.
You're cutting out for me.
I said that 3 damage that you did was just enough to take that over the edge.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Contributing to the fight. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right. Okay. Now, Zorelda. As far as you can tell, the combat is over.
Okay. Let's see. I guess I'm going to. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're coming in really staticky, though. Probably try going in and coming back out.
Okay.
I said that backwards, but she understood me.
very wind tunnel-esque.
Hold on, let me turn this fan off real quick. That might help.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Okay. Okay. I guess Zorelda will look around and say to her party, "Is everybody okay?"
Okay.
Bleeding a bit, but I'll be okay, probably.
How much is a bit?
Holding my wound.
Voice in the sky. How bad is this wound?
It's not bad, but it is bleeding.
Okay. Would you like me to help you?
Please.
Okay. I think it's like first level. Cure wounds.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, you can use a first level slot for that.
Okay.
I mean,
Do you need me to roll anything?
yeah, so D8 plus your wisdom modifier.
D8. Okay.
Zorelda, did you mean to mute?
Yes, there was loudness. Oh boy, I got a 5. Because I got a nat 1, technically.
Alright, so 5 points of healing.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't do more.
Oh, that's perfectly fine.
And that isn't any form of magical healing is enough to close that wound.
Okay.
Oh, you're a miracle worker. Bless you.
If you believe in gods, I'll take the blessing.
As you guys are, as you go to heal him, echoing, and while it does sound a little bit weak, you do hear a female voice go, "There's one more on the way." It's kind of faint. You guys have a hard time hearing it, but it is clear. I would say the wall would be close enough to hear that, so it'd be Zorelda and Zeno. Respectively, it's coming from behind the both of you, so this area. Alright, and then before you guys go forward, we'll move on to the next portion of that. The wall, you'd actually be next on that list.
Okay, so, question what, I missed, what's going on with Sokar, Leopard, as he went down that hallway.
I didn't describe it yet. I was waiting till it got to his turn again.
Okay. Well, shit. And I would not have heard that voice you just said, right?
No, you did hear the voice. You were close enough to it.
Okay. Which direction?
Behind you in this case. So this way.
So, what would I do? I would know another one coming. I would probably not recognize the voice. I would think it was them, whoever has our friend. I would probably just loud enough that Corvina and Sokar can hear me. Corvina and Leopard can hear me. Tell them than that and actually head back towards it.
Okay.
That's probably what I would do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that movement would take you back up to about here. So you do see as you're coming up, one of the well, this will be the first time you're seeing one of the bearded devils. The cloaked figure kind of running cloven hooves down this hall towards this doorway.
And I'm close enough to attack it?
Let me see. So it's rolling 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You'll be just out of range. You can take a dash action to just get there and kind of like barricade the door if you want, but you're not going to be able to attack.
You know what? I'm going to I run up the hallway and I see this creepy looking bearded devil in front of me. I'm gonna be like, avast ye scurry dog. I don't know. I'm not a pirate. I'm gonna whip out my wand of magic missile and use one charge.
Go for it.
Because I've not used it so far and I want to use it. An attack roll.
No attack roll. It's magic missile. It automatically hits.
That was a natural one.
So 3d4 plus 3 if you're just using one charge.
3d4 plus 3. Max on the dice. So that is 15.
Nice. That's a solid. That's a solid first level magic missile. I'm not gonna lie.
Damn good magic missile.
I use this fucker more often. Holy shit!
That's why I gave it to you. Like, you should definitely take this. Well,
So
Now the thing is, I don't know how many more charges I have.
it starts with 7. So you can use up to 6 more in the day, and then it'll start to recharge the next day.
Okay, I will only use 5 more because I don't want it to chance breaking.
Correct. That's the best way of doing it. But
But I
all right.
can't use them right now because
Right.
yeah.
So I assume they probably did this with your shield hand then, because you had the sword in the hand. So you go, you grab the wands, pointed at it with it, and it looks up just in time as these 3 like glowing blue darts just cycle off of it, and just as he's running, just impact him right in the chest. As it's enough for him to like take that impact, grab his chest, take a step back, and then just give you this look of "I will murder you."
Bring it on.
All right.
Bring it on, motherfucker.
So now for Leopard. So open this up. So Leopard, you come around the corner. You do see a single bearded devil in the room. It's the first time you're seeing it as well, but first the description of him looking directly at the door, because you guys have been making some noise and you came running down the hall. Behind him, you do see a long table full of strange ingredients and very like haphazard looking alchemical equipment. Various books and runes, a crystal ball also sitting on the table as well. Behind it stands a tall, looming figure, probably about, if it was standing straight, maybe 7 foot tall, but hunched over, but still with that hunch. It's a little over 6 feet. Very.
Lady Demascra, or however you pronounce that?
What's that?
From Resident Evil Village, Lady Demascra, or whatever.
You mean tall mommy? Yeah.
Tall mommy, step on me? Yeah, I don't want her to step on me, but yeah.
Whatever. Mind your own business.
I'm just not into that. That's not my thing.
So.
That's what you want, yeah?
Continuing.
Oh boy.
So, very tall, like I said, hunched over, bit of ratted robes hanging off of her form. Her arms almost unnervingly long. Spindly but very muscled, very long clawed fingers as well. Her heads and skin is this kind of like deep purple color, very long and ratty and oily black hair with a set of curled like almost ram's horns. As she's looking over the notations, and she has in her hand what looks to be an amulet. And looking over at Leopard as you walk in, wasn't expecting volunteers. Get him. And that's where we're going to put ourselves on break. So, take about 15 minutes. Leopard, we will be coming back to it being your turn. But we'll be back here in a few minutes, get a chance to take a potty break, grab yourselves drinks, etc. Anybody who's been sticking around, we will be back.
Zorelda is going to wild shape into a wolf and find a tree to piddle on. And, peace.
All right, and we're back. Thank you for your patience, guys. All right, as we are picking off, we have Leopard. You have the devil in the room, as well too as the hag at the other end of the table.
Lady D.
What about the Lady D?
She looks across and goes, I wasn't expecting a volunteer. And go ahead, Leopard.
Okay. I wish I had some bonus actions. Are they basically in line of vision from me?
Yeah, they're both within line of vision. I would say that you're not, depending on what you're trying to do, if you're trying to get like a line attack off, probably not.
So no for a line attack.
Just because the angle's kind of funky, I'm gonna say.
I can scooch forward for it.
Oh yeah, because this is the beginning of that round, so yeah, you can still move.
So I'll move us much as I need to get a line across them.
Okay.
And I'll hit them with Tasha's caustic brew.
Okay. That is acid damage and a saving throw, if I remember right.
It's a dex, yes.
What does that do if it hits?
They are covered in acid unless someone takes an action to scrape it off.
Okay, cool. You guys use these spells and I don't know what they all mean.
It's a newer spell from Tasha's.
I know. I just figured also, like, our listeners might not know.
Oh, that's fine.
And I also don't know.
What's your DC, by the way?
And correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, right, yeah, this will be 14 because it's my wizard spell.
Okay, so the hag fails, and then the bearded devil also fails. So go ahead and do your damage.
And that's... I always put spells away.
Oh wait, hold on. Before you do that, they get advantage on the save. Just a sec. Okay, so the hag succeeds. The bearded devil still fails.
Okay, and damage at the start of their turn.
Okay.
And I'll scooch back around the corner.
Okay, what's the damage?
What's that?
What was the damage?
It's 2d4, but they wouldn't be taking it until I'm done, until their turn.
I think it does the initial 2d6 for the casting, and then it repeats itself.
No, just the start of their turn.
Okay, so then is the hag not taking any damage on that then, since she made the initial save?
No, she dodges it, I guess.
Okay. All right, so then...
And yeah, and I'm moving just back.
Okay, that's fine.
It's 2. I'm guessing if it doesn't stay, it needs line of sight, then concentration is not broken, correct?
Correct. It does. You don't need line of sight to maintain the concentration. Concentration almost never needs a line of sight to maintain. You just need it on the initial casting.
Because yeah, I mean, because which bolt does require.
Witch bolt also is done a little bit differently too. Okay. So then that was it for your turn?
Yes.
All right, Corvina.
Did Leopard make any, like, significant noise that would clue her in that there's something going on down there?
I would say probably not.
But all I heard was the wall saying there's incoming stuff.
Yes.
I assume whoever the is, she wasn't talking loud enough to be heard.
Right, she didn't hear the initial statement, but the wall was able to convey that.
Okay, she's gonna start heading up towards where the wall was.
Okay.
And then you would probably be able to see me in combat with.
Yeah. So how much movement would that be?
30 would get you there. Which you won't. You'll see the wall out there, but you're not going to see the creature because there's an actual wall between everybody here. Right there.
So notice I'm holding a wand.
Yeah.
A-wall and B-wall.
So there's an actual wall between me and the creature.
Correct. So you don't know that creature is there. I mean, you do see him pointing a discharged wand at the hole. So you could assume something's there, but you don't physically see anything.
Can I misty step through a wall?
Let me double check Misty Step. I'm fairly certain you have to have line of sight, though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we determined line of sight when going across the building tops last session.
Yes, it has to be line of sight.
If I use the dash action, how close will that get me?
Out there.
And that will still give me my action then?
Dash is a bonus action, yes. So you still have an action. You still can't see the thing, though, from where you're at. There's a doorway here in the center. That's the only way in. It's kind of like a choke point.
Bend the
Let me
bullet.
move him back a little bit so it's a little bit easier to see. You see what I mean?
Yeah. And there's no way it would have hurt anything to help Leopard.
Correct, yeah. Just Leopard just simply cast a spell and then ran.
Yeah, guess that's all I could really do because I can't, like, if I can't see it, I can't throw anything at it. Can't use my whip yet. And that's the farthest I can get without taking my,
You could hold your action.
good. No, yeah, I'll hold my action, which will be the whip, until I see any part of that creature.
Okay. All right, Zena.
Can I turn around and see? There's a wall there, so I guess not.
No, but you did hear that person's voice, though.
Okay, so 15, 20. I don't know if I'm moving right or not.
That's largely good enough. I think you're going. I think the picture's taking it 3 squares almost. So I'd say that's about 20.
Jeez. So like here?
I'd say just count out the squares. Every 2 counts as a 5-foot square.
Okay. So I was there. So. Oh, my picture's yeah. So spiritual weapon, I'll move as close as I can to me.
That only moves, what, 20 feet?
Yeah, so, like there.
It's only 20.
There.
Yeah.
And that's my turn.
Okay, are you holding an action as well, or no?
Yeah, if something comes out, I will use my attack on it.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
So the bearded is going to come out, so I'll put him here. Corvina, you will have the first action on that for the attack, and then Zeno, you'll have the second before it can finish its thing.
Okay.
I'm glad a tall, 6'9" tiefling holding a magic wand speaks volume enough that two people are, I'm going to hold my attack and wait for it to come through the door.
You know, it's a bad moment whenever the fighter is using a magic wand. I think that's the triggering event here.
I don't think that's a bad one. I think that's a fantastic moment.
That is also a fantastic moment.
I probably missed it anyway, but question before I ask this. Since she used her movement and held her action, can she use her, she gets advantage if she doesn't move anymore? Then?
No.
Okay, then, 15.
A 15 will hit.
Wow, okay. I will take that then. One.
It's going to be more than 1 point of damage.
Oh yeah, because it's a fiend.
Correct, it's a fiend.
Oh.
And it's technically adjacent to the wall at this point, so you're also going to get your sneak attack.
So that's 2d6?
Plus, another 3d6 for sneak attack and 2d6 for the fiend. That is so much better than 1.
How much?
And you can still, you put your dexterity modifier on it. You just can't put any proficiency bonus on it. Like for the attack.
The alternate ones, I think, we're allowed to end the session early, right?
I mean, you're welcome to.
A total of 25.
A lot better than 1.
That is so much better than 1.
Alright. He violently yells an infernal. In your translation for the both of you, fuck ow, that hurt. Zeno. I broke the wall. The wall has been shattered.
Oh no.
Fuck Al, Infernal. Great. Everyone else is like, wow, he's pissed. No, we're like, no, he's hurt. Oh my god.
A really fun idea if I ever get to play the Warforged, if anyone ever allows me. Whenever he gets hit, he was gonna say, I'm in human pain.
I love this. Zeno, are you there, bud?
Yeah. My attack action.
Correct.
First one's a nat 1, so that misses.
You're not within range for stabby stabs.
I told you I was waiting to swing.
I mean, you could still Eldritch Blast his ass.
Yeah, I guess I'll do that.
I mean, you are more than just a fighter.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
To all of us, you are more than just a magic user, too.
Well, fuck this guy in particular. That's a natural 20.
There you go. He is not having a good day.
Nope.
Me neither, but you don't see me.
And in for how that felt.
Is it sad that I don't even... Fuck, I don't remember. Okay. Yeah, it's been a while. Dice and double or roll 2?
Dealer's choice. Mathematically, it doesn't make a difference.
Okay, well, he takes 19 damage.
All right. And that's from both rays, I'm assuming?
That's from one ray.
Oh, well, just go ahead. Fuck it. Do the other ray, too.
Is it two separate... Yeah, it's two separate rolls.
Correct.
Well, then the second one's a 13.
I think that still hits, actually.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yep, their AC is 13.
Okay, well, then another 11 damage.
All right. So this happens simultaneously. It comes running out with this murderous look on its face at the wall because it ended up getting hit with the magic missile. As it comes running out, the whip comes across and hits low and actually ends up grabbing at the foot and kind of starts to pull it out from it as the Eldritch blasts in succession just boom, boom, right in his chest. As it goes ass over tin cups, starts to flip, and right before it hits the ground, you notice radiant, like, cracks of light in its skin as it just explodes. As a solid boom of radiant light, and then everybody that's in the vicinity is just covered in red viscera.
That's what I...
Did it explode from the blast or from the whip?
Yes. Largely from the whip, since both those attacks would have been coming at it simultaneously. I counted that as the killing blow for the whip.
Okay.
So the whip claims a life and banishes it as it just...
She just looks at this thing, the whip, like it is the coolest thing she's ever held in her hands.
And nobody will see it, but the wall is kind of scared of the whip now. He makes no actual physical... Nobody sees it, but we all know he's scared of the whip because he is a tiefling.
We need to make a urine trail perception check.
He's not that scary. He is the wall. He will never fall.
All right. So the other bearded devil does nothing this turn.
Just as a reminder, did one or two party members also have silver sabers?
Yes.
Yeah, I have one.
I assume that the silver was not used compared to utilizing Stormseeker and the Frostbrand. All right. So for Leopard, you're expecting, as you're pulling away, you're expecting to get pursued. And right now there is no pursuit. But you do hear behind you a slight pop in the air and a flash of like reddish light and then nothing. We are still at the top of the round for that The bearded devil, though, so go ahead and do that. The acid damage.
6 damage.
And then he makes the saving throw again, or does it the?
It's an action to remove the acid, either by him or someone else. It needs to be scraped off.
Okay, understood. All right, so then that goes down to now. Zorelda. You, by the way, witnessed this devil popping like a piñata, and you are in fact far enough away from it where you did not get hit with any of that.
Wait, I did or did not?
Did not.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna, Zorelda's gonna, look at herself, oh god, oh god, oh god. Okay, I don't think I got any on me.
Can we investigate for red hots?
Sure. There should be at least a Mike and or Ike somewhere.
Oh.
What about Mike and Ike's? What?
Oh my god.
I made a piñata joke, and she followed up with looking for red hots.
Okay. Reference went way over.
Because we had Jeff. I forget what the second one. So I'm guessing.
Gunther. Oh,
This
yeah.
was Mike then,
Gunther.
and then the one that I was facing is Ike.
Boy, this joke about just two random devils with random normal names is really just taken on a life of its own.
I'm here for this. Let's start a one shot, guys.
I'm here for this too.
The one joke.
The Mike and Ike brothers.
We're way off, guys.
Okay, focus. Focus.
Campaign 2 is just a prequel of these bearded devils.
All right, Zorelda, what are you doing? Aside from patting yourself down and realizing you were spared.
Okay. So everyone. So I look around again and I say, okay, now is everyone okay again? This time?
I think this guy might need healed, and I point to the viscera.
Okay. Are we out of combat?
Technically, no.
Okay.
You guys don't necessarily know that you're still in combat, but Leopard is fully aware.
Okay. I was just wondering for walking's sake. I guess I will. Has no one explored this way?
No one's gone down that way yet. The devil did come down that way, and you believe that voice came down from that way.
Okay.
So that's going to be your.
Go ahead.
Is that your action? Going to be starting to head down that way?
Yes, I'm going to move down that way.
Okay. I'll do the math and move the token. Go ahead and finish what you're saying.
Okay. I was just going to say, Zorelda will look at those around her. There's Syra, who's taking a nap or something. And there's the wall, and Corvina, and Zeno, and I'm just like, alright guys, I don't know about you, but I think we should investigate whatever that weird trap sounding thing was.
Alright,
So,
sure.
Zorelda, an important question.
Yes.
As a halfling, do you go the full hobbit route, or do you wear boots?
That's a hard question. I think it would probably be no shoes unless they were a gift or very, very nice, high quality shoes.
Okay.
they're never the same pair, and like they always have holes in the heel and the toe.
Okay,
I'm here for that also.
I'm here for that as well. What was that, Talia?
Birkenstocks, 100% for Zorelda.
Mismatched ribbon socks. Okay. Yeah, you circle around the corner, start to go past that doorway, and it's unavoidable. You can feel the squish. You think you might have stepped on a tooth.
Ew.
All right. So, Zorelda out the way. Now for the wall. An important thing to note, you guys are still technically missing your warlock. The other one.
I thought he was a wizard now.
He's both.
Wizlock?
Yes, he's a Wizlock.
I mean, I did call to him, and it has only been...
A couple of seconds.
Yeah, it's been like 12 seconds, if that. So I'm not worried yet. Sorry. I would probably be like, yeah, there is this tiny little soft, squishy halfling walking into a room that we don't know what is in there. I am going to follow and get in front of her.
Okay.
I just think it's amusing because you say squishy while she's squishing through the viscera.
That'll put you about there. Alright, so coming into this, I will open up part of this room. These are cells. They do go down the rest of the way. I'll open up part of it. There's just reasons I don't have everything fully open. But these are cells. You do see various types of like chains and clasps. Some of these cells look more recently used in the sense of there being blood scratches on the wall, stuff like that. Probably some of the bodies that Corvina had found may have been some of the inhabitants here. Alright, that's where we're at with the wall. Alright, Leopard. So far you haven't been given pursuit yet.
So I will have to pop back over.
Alright. So
See. Are they still the same place?
they are not. The hag is gone.
Shit.
The table, as you come around the corner, you do see an orange glow as the contents of the table are currently on fire.
Oops.
The bearded devil that you had hit with the acid has at this point shed the cloak, and you do see that amulet around his neck. Etching down his arms, you start seeing runes appear, almost like they were written in blood. You start seeing those start to etch down his arm in these weird wavy patterns going up his neck and around his face and towards his horns. And as he looks over at you as it's kind of finishing up, you see those orange eyes shift to this like crystalline blue almost. And he breathes out through his nostrils a fine mist coming out as if he was stepping outside into the cold. Give me a quick arcana. Yeah, we'll do an Arcana check or just a flat intelligence check.
Okay, do I have a... No. Glad it is. Yeah, nope. That's a 4.
A 4 total?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Now, he is still smoldering from the acid. He doesn't seem to have taken that off yet.
Okay.
But he is standing there, some type of metamorphosis having happened. The desk with all of the notes on it that the hag had is currently up in flames.
And I do hear... Good option.
Actually, while you're looking that over too, give me one other check as well. This
Okay.
would be either knowledge nature, and knowledge planes doesn't exist anymore, so it'll probably be arcane too. So we'll do arcane again. Well,
So-
let me see. Arcane or religion, whichever you have better.
I'm sorry, you cut out for part of that.
Arcane or religion, whatever you have better.
Okay. I don't think I have either one. No.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 21.
So one other piece of information that I will give you that you actually notice, that amulet that he has, you do recognize some of the symbols on that. The symbols on that are the same symbols that you would get from the Winter Court of the Feywild. Now, whatever's been done to it seems to have what's the word I'm looking for? Corrupted it a little bit. But it definitely has the sigil of the Winter Court, because you've seen that from Cot.
So I can't do concentrate. Need to remember abilities, but I'm gonna hit it with fake presence to try to frighten him, and it's a wisdom save, which let me double check what that is against, because it doesn't say in my notes.
I think it's a charisma save, actually.
It's a wisdom against my warlock DC.
Okay.
That's 16.
He just beat it with a 17.
Alright. Well, I'm useless as usual. So that's the end of my turn. Oh, I guess, as a free action, I'm gonna yell, there's more down here.
Alright. And I'll definitely say that's probably the only one that didn't hear that, just basing off of like how sound travels. The wall's probably the only one that doesn't hear that, but the rest of you guys do. Alright. And we are back up to Corvina.
Okay, so I finally hear Sokar.
Yes.
How much movement would it take to get to him? Be movement and bonus, probably.
So going to be... Here would be regular movement. Here would be a dash action. So you could almost get into the room with full movement and dash.
Okay. What I'll do is I will yell to the rest of them that their Leopard has another one to the south, and I'll use my movement and my bonus dash to get down there.
Okay, so you would technically still have an action.
I will hold my action in case it comes out.
Okay.
With the whip.
All right, Zena.
Guess I'll just head south and bring my spiritual weapon with me.
So are you taking a dash action to get all the way down?
Yeah, I'll do that. Wherever that would get me.
I'd say probably
I'll
about...
just leave my spiritual weapon behind. It'll get here someday.
Yeah, that'll be about there for that.
Alright, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. Now it is the Bearded's turn. So it is going to take a run at Leopard.
And you said he still has the acid?
He does, thank you.
It's only 4 damage.
Okay. Might not seem like much, but it's so far been the only damage aside from force that it hasn't resisted.
It's also basically the only damage I've been doing.
Alright, it is going to take a stab at you with the barbed rapier.
Okay.
That will miss. And then the second attack is going to be with the beard. That also misses. I'll change out dice for the next round. Alright, that is its turn.
Can I see it yet?
I could say you wouldn't be able to attack it with the whip, but you could probably throw the dagger at it.
Okay. Can I do both daggers, or no? I only have the attack left.
You only have the attack left.
And would I get sneak attack?
If it hits, yes.
$19.
19 will hit.
That would be 16.
Okay. All right. Zorelda.
I will use my dash to get as far down as I can.
Okay.
And then I don't believe I have any bonus actions, so I end my turn.
Okay. That'll get you about there. All right. The wall.
Fuck that Leopard guy. I'm investigating the south now. I will also dash, but seeing that there are people in front of me, I will also
Okay. So you make it down. You get as far as Zorelda. Sorry, longer legs. Um, but you don't see anybody else. You just hear the fight down around the corner here. All right. So then next is going to be Leopard.
Alright. Okay. So is this chap wearing any armor?
No, he is not.
Okay.
The rapier is metal, though.
Which I don't think is good enough for shocking grasp, though.
No, not for shock and grasp. But I didn't know if you're doing that or heat metal.
No. I'm just gonna. Yeah. I'm gonna snack him with shocking grasp. Try it.
All right, go for it.
Okay. Oh, I think that hits 17 plus something.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Plus 6. Okay.
No resistance to lightning, so do your full damage.
Okay. It was 2 d8s. My nemesis. Yeah, it's 4 damage.
Okay.
Because me and 8 d8s don't get along. But he can't take a reaction on this.
You and dice don't get along.
Mostly it's d8s though. So as he doesn't have a reaction, I'm gonna run past him.
All right, good stuff.
Because I have more competent party members that will clean it up.
All right, I'll open this up now too. Okay, so we are back up the top with Corvita.
Seeing Leopard run past, I think I will follow suit because he knows more than I do. I will follow him.
Okay, so are you attacking at all, or are you just running past him?
I will save the ability to attack, just in case there's something that I have to attack past him. So I will bypass the devil and follow Leopard.
Okay, so that'll get you about there. That's where you're 30 feet.
Can I use a free action to ask him, are we chasing or scouting?
Am I able to reply to that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, chasing.
Then I'll take another dash action, or bonus rather, and go 30 more.
Down the hallway, meaning?
Yep.
Okay. So I'll get you at the back end of the hallway, which then I will open up these rooms, and I'll get to the descriptions on your next turn.
Is there anything to attack?
No. All right, Zeno.
Well,
Wait, sorry, 1 second, Zena. Was there anything to attack?
No.
Then she would take her final 30. If she's making chase.
So then you're not going to be able to you're not going to be able to hold an action in that case if you're taking more speed to go back into the room.
Correct.
Okay. You're going back in the same spot?
No, if she's chasing something, she would just keep going in the direction of.
So are you going north or south?
I think you could have done that back then.
And Leopard wouldn't know. So. Let's go with north.
So you're heading up into here.
And still scout north, just so he knows which way.
Okay. So yeah, you walk into a closed room from what you could tell.
Okay. And there's nothing that she could say.
I'll go over room descriptions here in a moment, because there's nothing that's attack-worthy in here.
Okay.
Would she say that there's no one there?
I mean, I would, yes.
North, empty.
Yeah, there we go. Sounds good.
All right. Now Zena.
Okay. I would probably have them go until they see an opponent.
You have enough movement to get adjacent to him.
Well, maybe I don't want to be adjacent to him. Maybe I just want to shoot him.
I mean, you're welcome to shoot him. That would be to about here.
Okay. Well, I'll do that and then I'll back up. Alright.
And he does not have his reaction this turn.
Cool. I'm still gonna blast him.
I mean,
I think.
it did work really well last time, so makes sense.
Cool. That's a dirty 20.
That'll hit.
Okay, first ray is a whopping 6 damage. Second ray is a miss. And then I'm gonna back the fuck up and bonus action, get my sword down here. Come on down. Got the next contestant on traveling down a dank hallway.
Ironically, this is Ray.
Meanwhile, on the sword's head, it's going, making my way downtown, walking fast.
No, then it stops. It just goes, making my way down. And then it just repeats that over and over. And that's my turn.
All right. So then next is going to be the bearded. Zeno hurt him more. So.
I did 6 damage to him.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. Then Leopard.
It's his turn?
Yep.
Okay. That's 7 acid damage.
Nice. Seems to be pretty wounded. He doesn't seem to notice that, but he's pretty wounded.
Let's take my snail attack here. Slow and steady.
All right. Stabby time with the rapier.
Alright.
That will be a 13, so it'll probably miss.
Yep.
And then the beard. That's a 19.
Let me double check. I forget spells instantly. I'm shield up and it does not connect.
All right. So he goes. It seems like he does like a feign with the sword as he brings his face in for the beard to snap at you, and just as your own reaction of fuck, poof, you're able to bring the shield up. All right. Then next is going to be Zorelda. Keep on trucking.
Yes, indeed.
That will get you just within line of sight.
Okay. Oh my god.
Warforged druid, that's a transformer.
I've thought about that before. It goes into beast mode. Beast mode. Beast mode.
They're more than meets the eye.
They were more than meets the eye. All right, Zorelda.
I see the what's his butt.
Yes, you do see, in fact, a what's his butt.
Okay, good. I would like to wild shape into a wolf and go for the sensitive parts if I hit.
Wild shape
Yes,
for you
but-
is an action, so you're not going to be able to wild shape in an attack.
Okay. I don't think I have any bonus actions, so I end my turn.
Okay, so you're still wild shaping either way.
What's that?
So I was saying the wild shape is going to be an action. So are you still wild shaping, or are you
okay.
casting a spell?
Yes, I would like to wild shape.
Okay. Then we are going to trade real quick. You are now going to be the sword. And now Zorelda is a wolf. All right. Then we have the wall of Zariel.
I go give the wolf scritches.
Yep, that's about as far as you. It's about as far as you can move on a regular move. But that does give you line of sight if you want to hit him with the wand.
Do I want to use the wand? Do I want to use the wand? Sure. Yes, my friend's in danger. I'm going to use the wand.
All right, how many charges?
Just one.
Okay,
The questions you have to ask. How many charges has he used?
just one so far, so this would be
6
2.
or 7.
Oh my god.
You're lucky.
Stop.
All right, so 3d4 plus 3.
3d4 plus 3. Where are all my d4? Fuck.
They're very easy to lose, especially in a pile of dice.
I'm planning on buying a paddle that has like 12 of them embedded.
Well, then you won't be losing them.
I have my lovely dice bag.
Hey, I found my d4. They're in my dice tower already.
Mine's all organized and separated.
Okay, not as good as last time. You said it was 3d4 plus 4?
Plus 3.
Plus 3.
Yes.
Okay. So that'll be 12.
Still a solid level 1 magic missile.
Very. 2, 3, 4.
Like, to put that into perspective, that would easily murder townsfolk. That is a power word
like
kill for
4-8.
villagers.
I mean, it could potentially murder a level 1 spellcaster.
It could murder a level 3 leopard. All right.
So how
So-
is this thing looking?
First question I have here, because there's going to be a follow-up statement. How do you want to do this?
Okay. That's a good question. How about I mean, how about this? Like, they're spiraling, and for whatever reason, they just like split and then approach its head at 3 different angles and just converge.
Okay, so kind of like to pop the head off kind of thing?
Yeah.
Sure. So, the You kind of are imagining where you want the darts to go as they, off from the wand, circle around, and the neck just detonates. So the head goes and flops down. And it starts to fall, and then the amulet glows. The one that Leopard had noticed. As a cold energy, one similar to whenever you guys had fought the giant, starts to come up from the neck. It crystallizes red from the just the outspurts of blood. It starts to reform, not necessarily a living head, but one made entirely of ice. The runes that I described before now light up and pulse. And some sick, profane life has been pumped into this thing. That would be the end of the wall's turn, I assume?
I don't got any bonus actions.
Okay.
I don't. So, yeah.
Alright. Leopard. You witness this right in front of you. The tattoos on the thing are now glowing, and so is that amulet.
Okay, I am going to try to dispel the amulet.
Okay. Go ahead and give me... Let me take a look at Dispel Magic real quick, because I know it's a check, but this is kind of a unique thing.
I'm gonna do the same because I forget as well.
Okay, give me... It's going to be a spellcasting DC.
Okay.
So go ahead and give me a... I'll have to create the DC on this. This is what I'm going to have you do. It's going to be 8 plus, dice plus your spellcasting modifier. So whatever, like, your spell attack bonus is.
Is it so spell attack bonus or just my spell stat modifier?
No, we'll do spell attack bonus because I was going to include proficiency in this as well. So just dice plus that.
So you said D8, correct?
No, not the D8. I was, whenever I said the 8, I was talking about the DC. So, in this case, just do it like you were doing a spell attack.
Okay. It's 22.
All right.
Oh, 23, sorry.
Even better. So, knowing that is connected to the Feywild to a certain extent and where your magic is formed, going to cast the Dispel Magic, you do just kind of see the little threads of magic that's kind of tying it to him, to that amulet that doesn't belong to him. Like, there's nothing infernal about the crest. And as you cast it, you watch these threads connecting from the amulet and almost arcing down into his chest, like almost like IVs to a certain extent. Would have been invisible to anybody else. As you go to cast this spell, you literally just are able to pull your finger to one of those threads, hook it, and pull. And as you do, the the whole network of it just goes down. The amulet drops the enchantment on it. The head disconnects from the weight of itself and just shatters on the ground as it falls back dead.
See.
Did Leopard just sever its bond sheet?
I don't know what that is, so maybe. I'm going to assume it's some anime reference. I don't get.
Maybe.
All right, no judgment there.
Some judgment.
All right, fine.
All judgment.
Just indifferent judgment.
All right, and at that point, that is where we're going to leave things off.
Okay.
So we ran a little bit over. Figured I'd give you guys a little bit more time since we had missed the last 2 weeks. But for those that have stuck around, thank you. We will be convening next Thursday for the continuation of this as they finish investigating the this little prison area, find out who the voice was attached to, find out where Notham is at, because they haven't tried to locate him yet, and try to find out what the hell happened with the hag and what is this bullshit. Alright folks, thank you for sticking around, and as always, you're welcome at my table. Good night, and I'll see you next Thursday.